What's up, twin? How you been? You been chilling? I like to hear that. That's what I like to hear. Me? I'm cool. No, can't complain. But everybody else, welcome back, my geekers, tweakers, and goons. Welcome to Solace. I have been figuring out a method as to continue to be consistent, because I do really want to post these at least once a day, and I should now be able to start doing that properly. So there are little big gaps in between. I like to yap consecutively. But today's yap session is going to be about why nobody cares about what you do. Now, of course, you could take what I just said and pull up like 20 personal examples in your life where you may feel as though they did, but let me say it like this. People don't care what you do as long as it doesn't affect them. 9 times out of 10, the only reason most people have a reaction to something, it's based on something that would have a relation to them. Even to the extent where they may see a crowd of people looking at something, reacting to something, while they don't know what that thing is, their reaction is to go check too, because they see everyone else doing it and they don't want to be left out. It's a personal reason. Now, when it comes to the things that you do, this is really important to understand, because you're probably holding yourself back from doing a shit ton of things that you would love to do, just because you're afraid of someone's perspective outside of your own. And this is really common, and it's a really easy thing to understand, but it's also one of those things that is really hard for people to break out of because of its the weight you feel behind doing certain things because of it. When you feel the eyes of others on you and your actions, it makes you much more likely to fuck up, because you feel the pressure. And understandably so, because of this, even if people aren't really paying attention to what we're doing, we can project the idea of someone looking at what we're doing to then give ourselves another reason to find an out of doing the thing. That's self-destructive. It's not going to do anything for you. But again, it can even be one of those like subconscious things that while you wish you had control over it, your brain controls you. And with that, do understand you're not alone in feeling that way. I would say the grand majority of people feel those eyes or project those eyes onto themselves, and it's part of the reason as to why society is so fearful, at least in the sense of taking initiative to be different. Because if you're different, you're not a part of the group, and being not a part of the group instinctively does something to our survival that makes us want to fix that. But let me tell you, there's nothing to fix about you. The only thing you should be changing are these, I hate how this keeps focusing. I keep seeing it in the corner of my eye, but we'll deal with it. Is to look at yourself. And by that, I mean, take the perspectives of everyone else around you. Hold on, I'm just gonna fix this. Okay. You take the eyes of everyone around you. Ask yourself, why do I care? And after you do that, ask yourself the deeper questions. Like I said in one of my previous videos, you take the subject and you go deep that wide. You don't ask a bunch of questions around the question itself. You ask questions that stack on top of each other to then dig deeper. You do this until you reach the point where you're now asking yourself, why does their opinion matter to me? And whether it be family, whether it be friends, what you need to understand is, while you can love them to death, they are not you, and they cannot control you, because you are your own autonomous being. Therefore, when you want to do something and it's not destructive, and you feel as though it's going to do something for you that is going to take you to where you want to be, I'm not gonna lie, fuck them. Respectfully, fuck them. But like, you can't put everyone else's feelings and opinions of your life over your life, because it's your life. But again, this is something that can be really hard to break out of, especially if you grow up in a household with helicopter parents, or your friends are the closest thing you have to stability, and you don't want to offend them by not taking what they say into effect. Well, what you need to understand here is this is where communication comes into play. I'm definitely going to have to make a lot of videos about communication. That's going to be its own subsection of things, but just know for now, when you have a boundary you need to set it. Boundaries aren't offensive. Boundaries are not going to hurt anyone. And if they do, that's their problem. We have a really socially awkward generation. Mostly due to technology, like everybody's on their phones, so blah 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 blah. But also because people don't even try to take the time to talk to each other in a way that's not reactionary. This is kind of going off on a tangent, but just know 9 times out, I gotta stop saying that. Just know when you're talking with someone and they respond instantly like this, that's a reaction. That's not a response. You may even catch yourself doing it sometimes, but that's one of those things you really have to catch on to, because sometimes, because you're so reactionary to it, you won't even answer how you really want to answer. You won't say the things that you want to say in the way that you want to say them. So I would just advise that you take a breath, at least in your head, before you respond to what you want to say. But back to this. It's only been 3 minutes. I feel like I've been fucking going. Oh wait, no, it's been 7 because of the. Anyways, okay. So this is going to be a little difficult. This is going to be like fighting a dragon, your own dragon, one of your dragons, because you have like 24, but it's okay. This one, it's not as big of one as something like Pride, but for now, your effectiveness in communicating boundaries is going to be your sword, okay? Because the more effective you are at saying no, the more inclined you will be to say yes without hesitation, and in activities that you will actually enjoy to do. Now, back to the point that I brought up about people not caring about things unless it affects them. How many times has someone brought something up to you that you don't have any personal intake towards, but because you find it entertaining, you listen? Or because you're interested, you listen? You have to have some form of personal take in the conversation for you to engage in it. That's just how it is. So when we get into things like personal request. If you want to make a YouTube channel, but you're worried about how other people will feel about that, or how they will react, how they will talk about you, are they making the YouTube channel? Okay, then listen. So, first off, what you need to understand is you're you, they're them. 2, what you're doing, if it affects them, it's because they have some type of personal take in you making a YouTube channel, and you making music, and you becoming a fucking cook. If people still do that anymore, I love seeing those videos though. But yeah, if they don't have a personal take in it, it wouldn't matter to begin with. So now you have to start asking yourself, first off, whether or not you're projecting, but then after that, ask yourself, why would they care? And if they would they care in a bad way? And if you feel like they would care in a bad way, you have some analysis you need to engage in. Like there's something along that path you need to look at. But if both of those things are put aside and you think about it and you're like, oh, they would probably actually be proud of me that I took this step into this thing that I wanted to do. Oh, that wall just blew up in your face. And you won't have that piece of chatter in the back of your head. That's one less voice. So do what you must to directly engage in that chatter. You need to get rid of it, because you do not need any more noise in your head while you're trying to do the things that you want to do. Because nobody cares about what you do. They don't. Not truly. The most they'll care about is whether or not there's anything they can either gain or lose from it. And I really want you to think about that specifically, whether or not they have something to gain or lose from it. Yeah, I think that would just about be it for now. Thank you for listening to me yap once again, my geekers, my tweakers, and my goons. Yeah, I think I really want my computer, yo. I need to get my fucking PC, dude. This shit is ridiculous. Like, recording from my fucking, I mean, the quality's nice. Like, I'm not really complaining about that, but I just feel like I'm like playing a fucking Resident Evil game, the way I'm like using my storage and swapping out slots and flipping shit over and shit. It's insane. It's ridiculous. But thank you for watching. I love you all. Share this with anyone you believe may need it. And I'll talk to you later.